Welcome. Today I'm going to be folding envelopes and pockets out of doily papers. So this technique is usually used with origami paper, which is square, but as an experiment I tried it with round paper and it worked out just as well. So the first thing to do is fold the paper in half, and then you bring the tallest point. Oh, also when you fold it, match up the edges, the scalloping on the edges there. You got the edges matched. There will be a high point. So open the fold. Fold the high point to the center, then fold up like this. Now you're going to fold in the sides. Now it depends on how wide you want to make it and if you want to have to glue it or not. If you can get the two edges to overlap in the center when you fold in the sides. Let's see. There. Basically, you can eyeball this, which is nice since it's symmetrical. Not all doilies are symmetrical, though, so be aware of that. Now it's overlapped, and if you want to, you can glue it closed. You can either glue the edge on the bottom here. Either way, you'll have two pockets. This inner one, and then if you glue the bottom edge, you'll have an outer one. Actually, if you make it wider a little bit like this, you could have two little side tuck pockets. I'll do that with a bigger one maybe. For now, I'm going to make this so it can still be opened by just tucking the two ends into each other. Now, right now, it is a pocket. It kind of looks like a handkerchief pocket square to me, but to make it into an envelope, all you do is fold down the top. Now, that's very cute, little envelope. So let's do a smaller size. This one is not symmetrical in the same way. See, when I match up the scalloped edges, the center is not a high point, it's a low divot there. And you actually have a choice. You can fold this in or out. If you fold it in, it hides this extra bit of lacy frilliness, but if you have it going outwards, then you have a little bit more decorative area. And I'm going to fold that one in. This one now is a pocket and not an envelope. And I'll go ahead and glue down this bit. For this, since I've got a lot of extra lace going on, I'm just going to leave it decorative and not make these into usable pockets. So I'm just going to put a little bit of glue stick here and a little bit of glue stick here. And just stick those edges down. So now I've got a pocket. And it's the same exact technique. And actually, you know what? I was wrong. We still do have because this was 2 layers of lace, we do still have a little tuck right here. So that's our second one. Turns out the same size as the first one, but it's a pocket, not an envelope. This one is symmetrical again. It makes my life so much easier. And basically, there's so many ways that you can play with this technique, and no matter what, it makes something beautiful. So this one I'm going to make into a taller pocket. And I generally just like to leave them unglued so that I can decide what I want to make out of them later. I don't even fold down the top. It can be an envelope, see? But for now, I'm leaving it pocket style because I could put this into a journal and it would be beautiful. I might even make it so that you want to open that part. Who knows? For the large doily, I'm going to stencil it a little bit first because it just is so big and white. And so I'm going to be using my own homemade distress ink and turn it into sort of a sponge because I don't want it to be too wet. So I'm pouring it onto this stamp that I made myself out of a little Tupperware and a very thin melamine sponge, which I believe is the same as a Mr. Clean sponge. I got this one from the Japanese dollar store, which they are just very extremely thin, foamy white sponges. They're extremely absorbent, so if you can see this. Whoop. Yeah, I love that. Okay. And that keeps my dauber from getting too wet when I put it into, and then I can, my sponge is already kind of wet because I washed it. It might not be ideal. All right, let's see. Oh, nice. Yeah, that looks pretty good. All right. So, just air dry a little bit. I'm sure it'll be fine. Okay. So, now, first fold it in half. And, yay, it does line up symmetrically. And then my stamping shows up. And then this one, you know what? I'm going to make it so that it has pockets on both sides. So instead of folding it forward, I'm folding the two ends towards the back. Just sort of guesstimating the size. Tucking them into each other. And now, actually kind of wish I would have done it so that this texture part looks better on that side. Maybe, can I still do that? Let's see. Because I still want some of this to show, I'm going to fold it low. All right, now I have an interesting, really don't know how I'll use this element, but I like the idea of it having a pocket on both sides. Suppose I could put it in the journal. This. Anyways, it's got 1, 2 pockets on this side and 1 on the back. And probably should have figured out where the top was before I did my stenciling because it's crooked. But I think in the end the stenciling will not be used. I'll probably use this side. Anyways, that's one technique, 4 ways to make envelopes and pockets. Thank you so much for watching, and happy crafting.